Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman save. In today's episode we have a double cup final. It's Lille in the Europa League and then West Ham in the FA Cup. Since you last left us, we did finish off those last two league games with a rotated side. We rotated against Ipswich, full rotation except the goalkeeper, and 1-2-1. We kept the same team because these games are pretty close together. We did lose 3-1 to Arsenal, but not to worry, it was a rotated side. So everyone comes into this game fully fit, and this is the team we're going with again. You know this team inside and out now. We got Torres in goal, back four of Malik, Estrada, Pearson and Patrak. Patrak, by the way, 31 assists, 25 for Malik as well. We get a lot of assists from the full-back positions. Bellingham and then Goma in midfield, and then Jakob, Ben Seeger, Moore and Garcia. All in attack, everyone else on the bench, everyone fit, ready to go. Let's go and win a trophy. We've already won the Premier League this season. We have already won the Community Shield as well, so we actually are on the course for a quadruple. We did a crappy cup treble last season. We won the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the Conference League. This time we're up for a slightly better treble of the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Europa League. Not quite the major treble, which would be the Champions League, but still it would be 4 cups potentially. We've done 2 of them, so we just need to get the 4th one. Obviously the big one was the Premier League. We've won that now, so like I say, next season onwards we are really just going to focus on the Champions League and probably get through it rather quickly. I'm considering not doing a transfer special purely because I don't think we're actually going to do a lot of business. I don't really see the need to sign anyone. I think our team is more than good enough, so what we'll probably do is just come back next season somewhere near the start of the season and play our first Champions League game. And I think that's what we'll do after this episode, is just have a bit of a gap off camera, because I don't think we'll do a lot. And like I say, the Premier League, the Cups, all that sort of stuff, really not too fussed about it now. And now that we've won it, we just need to get top 4. So obviously we will have to play our first team for most of those games, but it's not something I'm going to be actively looking to win. Obviously, I will want to win the Premier League. What I mean is I'm not going to sacrifice, for example, if we've got a Champions League game coming up and we've got a Premier League game, I might rest some players for the Premier League game, because the one luxury I have with this being obviously just a Football Manager save is I've already won the Premier League. I don't need to win it again. The win in the Premier League is just a side mission onto the main mission, which is to win the Champions League. So that was the ultimate goal, with it being the UK Journeyman, not an English Journeyman, was winning the European competition. We've done the league portion. Obviously, if we'd won the Champions League first season, we would have obviously stuck with the save till we've won a Premier League as well. We wouldn't just have abandoned it like that. But now we've won it all, and really the only things left are, well, the Europa League, which we could win today, and the Champions League. Obviously, if we don't win the Europa League here, we're never going to be back. Fingers crossed, so we don't need to worry about it too much. But after this, really, it is just going to be hammering down on the Champions League. Now, that is going to be obviously the toughest one. The Conference League, we pretty much rotated our side the whole way, and it was pretty easy. The Champions League, obviously going to be tough. There's some very, when I look at some of the other teams outside of England, Barca, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern, they all have very, very good teams. So those are going to be very, very tough to win. But honestly, looking at the squad that we've got, we don't need to do a lot with it. I think maybe we bring a centre-back in, but honestly, I don't even know if we do. Because honestly, I'm pretty happy with what we've got, which is why I don't think I need to do a proper transfer special like I would normally do for the next episode after the sort of end of the season, because usually there'll be lots of incomings, outgoings, it's very exciting. But when I'm probably going to keep 90% of the players and maybe sign one, if that, like, there's the only deal we've agreed on a pre-contract is a backup goalkeeper. So it just seems, I can't really call it a transfer special when we're probably going to be doing less than 5 transfers. It just seems pointless. So I think what we'll do is we'll skip ahead next episode and come back for the first Champions League game and then just do a big roundup. But we are 1 goal behind here. Not a very good start of the game from us. And thinking that, we're actually in the second half, and it's kind of the game just kind of flew by me. Lille do go 1-0 up. It was a bit of an error at the back from us, and we've definitely not come out for this final very, very well, prepared. Maybe the 2 games off has been too much rest for these boys, because we look slow, we look, sluggish, even not sluggish. we don't look like our usual self, our usual attacking self. So that's disappointing. Obviously, I would like to win this one just because it's the only time we're going to get to do it. And also, it sets us up to do something that's probably never going to be achieved again in world football. A Conference League, Europa League and Champions League all back to back. But at the minute, we are falling short of that requirement. Garcia goes close, but it is still 1-0 to Lille. And I don't think they're that good of a side. I don't think they're... That's the other Mbappe. That's Mbappe's brother, by the way. I'd looked at that earlier. Not Kylian. I think he would be probably retired by now. I don't even know. Bellingham into Jakob, who swings it into Paddy Moore. And it's a good save from the Lille goalkeeper to keep Moore out. And yeah, I mean, we definitely need to go back. It's not looking likely, though. We're looking, like I said, just not looking at our best. We've got a couple of tired legs, though. 70 minutes on the clock. I guess we'll bring Marty on for Malik. And Ngoma can come off for Charles, I guess. Not really the most inspired substitutions, but they're the two tired players. Not really seeing a lot of attacking intent from Guilhem, so I think Jay Charles probably has more goals to his name this season. So, yeah, not long left, and we're not looking like we're going to score, which is really worrying. I don't know if they're just setting up shop and that's it, they're done, but I don't really want to take you off. Thank you for telling me there was a substitution, I was aware. I don't really know who to bring on, because I don't really like any of these boys. I guess we bring Haaland on. Mu is such a good player, though. Yes, I know, substitution, stop telling me. Yeah, I don't really know. I guess we'll bring Guilhem on for Bellingham. Ben Seeger's having a pretty poor game. He can come off from Limani. Let's just get another striker on. And hopefully that'll do something, because we are, like I say, going to very just slowly lose this game. And it's just kind of been a nothing game. And we've not really... It's been one of those cagey finals, which we're not used to. We're used to finals being quite interesting affairs. But Mua cuts inside, cuts back, wins the ball in a good position, plays it to Jakob, and Batista Jakob will just cancel that sub, equalises the game up. It's United 1, Lille 1. We won't make any changes now that things are level again. We don't need to force anyone off the pitch when things are going, when we've managed to equal it up. Though I will make a change. We will bring Limani on for Ben Seeger, at least. Just try and get another striker on the pitch. And like I say, if we get like a header or something at the back post, he's who you'll want it to fall to. A lump forward from Lille ends up at the feet of Torres after good work from Pearson. Estrada plays it out to Marty. We're in the 85th minute. A goal here is probably a winner. Jakob with options inside, cuts inside. Oh my God, still going Jakob. A very strange save from the Lille goalkeeper. Decided to save it with his feet. And the substitution has gone through now. Limani on the pitch, but Lille on the edge of our penalty box. Very, very worrying stuff. Playing some nice stuff around our box. We need to be careful. We need to try and win the ball back. And they are forced all the way back to their centre-backs, but still coming forward are Lille. And like I say, a goal here. That's what I thought was a great ball, but it's overhit slightly. Yeah, a goal here, and that's probably game done. What a strange highlight. Nothing happened at all. 4 minutes left. We've got some tired legs. We're going to bring Haaland on. We're also going to bring... Actually, no, we're not. We're going to bring Limani. We're going to put Limani on there, and we'll bring Mora on. Let's try and get some... And we'll bring Carita on, because he's actually done quite good stuff off the bench for us before. And then we'll take Bellingham off for Guilhem. No, I guess we won't. I guess that's everything. But we'll just leave it there then. We'll leave Bellingham on. A last roll of the dice. We don't really have our best strikers on the pitch, but Garcia should be getting a goal. And it is very, very late, and we've got a highlight. Swung in, headed clear. Charles into Bellingham. Bellingham back to Charles. We need to try and get... I was going to say try and get just the ball forward. But that is the end of the 90 minutes, so it is going to be... extra time, I think. Yeah, it will be extra time, which will give us another sub. So we will have to use that at some point. But yeah, this has definitely been a close game. I'm not really sure where else to make the subs, because at this point we are probably needing a midfielder, but you really want to get Haaland on the pitch, and I may have messed up my subs. Oh, it's a great effort. I think it was Estrada from the corner. The Lille goalkeeper just sprawling for it, just about got there. Patrak still going. Patrak having to go back to Charles. Back to Patrak. Can he get around his man and swing one in? He can. Falls to Carrito. Heads it across the box, but the Lille goalkeeper can get there and collect it. Still level in this game. We were very close to a winner there with Estrada, a header forward, and now Lille coming forward and doing some good stuff. Patrak outpaced. We need to get him off the pitch probably because he's looking very, very tired. Played back to the edge of the box. Lille, what a save from Torres. I think we've got to take Patrak off, unfortunately. Ideally, we'd have a lot more subs. We're going to move Marty over to left back, and we're going to bring Richter on to play right back. He's a little bit more mobile. I was thinking of Hincapia, but Richter, the youngster, is a bit more mobile. Hopefully can be good on that right-hand side. Richter into Bellingham. Bellingham slides one into Lamani. Charles swings one out, tries to find Marty. It's poor from Shea Charles, who's really got no excuse because he's came off the bench. He's fully fit, and that is potentially a moment that's going to cost us. Marty, what are you doing, son? He's complained, and whenever he gets his chance, he's not good enough. Marty giving a penalty away. It's a definite penalty. It's an absolute, there's no need for VAR. It was a definite penalty. And Lille have a chance to get a goal in extra time, which would surely be the killer. We pray that Torres can be a hero. The Lille striker is eyeing up Torres. Torres is eyeing him up. And he places it. And it's saved! Torres, his shoulder was giving it the bad shoulder before he even took it. In the 100th minute, it is saved by Torres. He's got Marty out of jail, free card. And we are still level in this game, but we need to make that count now. That is huge from Torres. He's done his bit. The two strikers need to pull their finger out and get ourselves a goal. A goal from Lamani anyone who scores now would settle themselves as a bit of a hero. Richter down the right hand side. Can he get round his man? Can he find Garcia in the middle? Gilberto Mora. Oh, a little leaving present before he F's off to Arsenal. He's been moaning all season about wanting a contract. We've got him a transfer, but he's just nipped in front of his man. What a turnaround that is. And he's got us the goal. It's Man United 2, Lille 1. You couldn't script it. You could not write it. A penalty. We thought it was all done. We thought we were dead and buried. But then Gilberto Mora with the goal. Richter with the assist. Look at the ratings. It's the defence that's done it today. Brilliant stuff. Look at it. The centre-backs, the right-back, Richter. Not Marty to give away the penalty, but Bellingham. And then Mora off the bench. Love to see it. And hopefully we can just see this out now because they really struggled to get that first goal. And that is job done. A very, very strange game, but finals can be like that. That is one down, another cup in the bank. And that is the back-to-back European trophies. We've won the Conference League and the Europa League back-to-back. We're in the Champions League next time. If we can do 3 European competitions back-to-back, one level up each time, it will never, ever be repeated in football because no team who's going to be good enough to win the Champions League is going to find themselves in the Conference League and then the Europa League. There's always going to be a weird case where you'd won one and then you go to the Champions League it's just the way it's worked out. But we've won back-to-back trophies and now we can go into our second game of the episode to try and win back-to-back FA Cups. So for the second and final game of the season, it's West Ham in the FA Cup. The only change we've made from that game was only 2 days ago. Marty, who did give the penalty away, is starting over Patrak just because he's really tired. Everyone else is kind of tired, so we could rotate, but obviously we don't really want to. Philippe misses out due to injury, as does Hincapia, so Mora comes on the bench. Obviously he scored the winner, so he kind of deserves to be on the bench for this. He is obviously leaving us in the summer, but so I suppose that's maybe one position we could do with is another winger. So if we are looking at maybe obviously Benziga's 30 years old as well. So if we are going to splash the cash on any position, it's probably going to be that or centre back. But like I said, I don't think we're probably going to do that anyway. So next episode we'll probably just come back for the first ever Champions League game, which actually, no, we have played in the Champions League before. So I don't really know where we're going to come back for because we were in the Champions League, we joined for that half season, and then the second full season was the first full season was Conference League, and then second full season was the Europa League, which we've just won. We did win the FA Cup last season, so we haven't really shown a lot of our path. Relatively, though, we've had a very easy run to this final. We played QPR in the quarters, who were like championship, so we've really not played anyone tough. We played Fulham, Mansfield. I don't think we've played anyone tough at all. I can't remember who the semis was against. But yeah, we've avoided pretty much all the big teams. So this has been quite the easy little run into this FA Cup final. And West Ham, again, not one of the biggest sides in the league. So we should be winning this. And it'll be probably one of the easiest FA Cup runs you're ever going to see. Malik into Bellingham. Bellingham plays in Ngoma. Mua into Garcia. We've got a lot of tired legs out there, but this is the one last hurdle, last game to try and win another trophy. This would make it 4 cups this season. My cup to game, or my cup to season ratio at this club is going up massively. I must be getting even closer to getting into the proper Hall of Fame. It's an effort on target, I guess. The West Ham goalkeeper saved it, but taking it out for a corner, I think he probably just could have let it go. But Garcia to take, floats one in. No one's there except for Jakob, who goes from distance, but this time his effort is well off target, and it remains 0-0. But yeah, that was weird. That was very weird. It was a weird move. But yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can. I think I don't even know what I'm talking about. We are... yeah, we're doing what we can with the players in terms of fitness, but obviously when you're just playing lots of games like this, it do, and they're just so back to back, it does catch up to them. But we could rotate. Obviously, we'll make some subs as the game goes on. Marty being the only one we properly rotated. But yeah, you don't want to be playing a backup side in the FA Cup final. It's the last game of the season. Our former player Calafiore is actually playing right back for them, so he must have done a decent job when he left us. Obviously, he left us in the summer as well, so we'll see how he fares today. But a ball out wide to Malik. We know how dangerous these fullbacks can be with assisting goals. Bellingham, lovely turn into Paddy Mua, who slots it under the goalkeeper. It's another goal for Paddy Mua, the £103 million man. He's more than made up for that value now. I think when we signed him, there was a lot of money. It was a question mark over whether that was too much money, but he's English. He scores on the regular. Yeah, and he scores in big moments as well. Paddy Mua with the goal. Man United 1, West Ham 0. We might have to take him off at half-time, which is very cruel to score an FA Cup final and get hooked, but it's just the way it is. He's absolutely knackered. I don't know how much more he's going to be able to contribute. Marty into Bensiga, turns his man well, plays it back to Marty, who tries to play someone in, but ends up swinging it in. Garcia's there, and once again, Garcia, he's gone a few games without a goal now. He's clipped the top of the bar. Thankfully, he came at a point where everyone else is scoring, but yeah, that was a weird one from Garcia, just kind of knocking it over the bar. Hutchinson on the corner plays it into the box. It's cleared this time by Garcia, uses his head to get it out the other way. And West Ham trying to get themselves back in the game. It's a cup final. Anything can happen. That's great work from Garcia. He's just got to race through now. Keep going, Garcia. Keep going, Garcia. Brilliant stuff. Alberto Garcia caught the West Ham man slipping. He heard me say he hasn't scored in a little while. Well, there you go. He caught him slipping and just used all the pace he has got. Well, he's not blessed with a lot of pace, but he has used what he's got to just get in front, and he does put it in the back of the net. 2-0 there, and we are looking good for another trophy. We've got to make some subs, though. Mua is going to come off for Lamani, trying to give this youngster as much game time as possible, because I do think he's going to be a big player for us. Guilhem, again, another one. He's got lots of potential. Hasn't grown a lot this season, but he's been retraining to play the DM, so it's normal. And Richter. So I guess we're trying to bring on the 3 players we see as for future first starters for us. There is a question in my mind of, do we just put Richter at centre-back along with Estrada rather than Pearson? Because Richter's growing much quicker than Pearson is. And I think looking at him, he could be a better centre-back than Pearson. And he's also English, so I'd really like to keep him happy and in the squad as much as possible, whereas Pearson can happily just be the third choice centre-back, I think. He was always the weak point, wasn't he, Pearson? But also Pearson's improved, so I don't really know. I'm not really sure whether I want to bring him in straight away or wait and just keep it as is. I think the other thing as well is I don't want to disrupt what's working. because it is working at the minute. We obviously won the Premier League, we won the Europa League, and we're about to win the FA Cup as well. Well, we are 2-0 up with 30 minutes to go, and West Ham haven't looked like scoring at all. Estrada has turned into the next Sergio Ramos, I'm sure of it. The Argentinian Sergio Ramos. He's been unbelievable. He really has this season. He's grown so much into a better player. What a centre-back he is. Richter getting down the right-hand side. Maybe there's a future just to play Richter at right-back, because he can get round. He's pretty quick. And he put a nice ball in there for Alberto Garcia, who gets 2 to his name. It's United 3, West Ham United 0, and I think this is pretty much job done. We've only got a little bit of time left. So once we hit the 70th, we will make our final substitutions, as we will now. So we've got 2 more subs. I guess we'll bring Carrizo on, and we don't really have any centre-backs because they all got injured. Don't want to bring Patrak on, he's pretty tired. I guess we'll bring Haaland on and then just put Lamani out wide, which I don't want to do, but yeah, we could have brought Shea Charles on and just kept everyone in position, but I want to get Haaland on. I love Haaland. I want to see him play again in a United season, in a United shirt. He's got 1 more season with us. I think at that point he'll be about 36 or 37 at the end of next season, so I think his next season will be his last. He'll be our 4th choice striker, I think. Maybe 3rd choice. He's probably still ahead of Lamani, to be fair. But yeah, we were searching out all window for a striker to partner Mua. We didn't know Garcia was going to turn into a world-class player. He should have put faith in the wonder kid tag, and that's the other thing. Richter's a wonder kid, so maybe we've got to be getting him in next to Estrada. I don't know. It's one to think about. It's one to maybe start. Maybe we put Richter in to start with and just see how it goes, and then if things don't go well, we can revert back to Pearson. But then also, do you change something that's clearly working so well? There's no, you know, why change something that's working really well? That's a great ball in behind though, and West Ham do get themselves a consolation goal. They save us the clean sheet bonus. Thanks, lads. It's a late consolation goal for the fans who made the not very long trip to the Wembley from West Ham. But yeah, another win, another FA Cup, back-to-back FA Cups. The legacy I'm building at this club has just gone on to another level. It really has. That's, how many trophies is that? We won 3 last season. We've won 4 this season. That's 7 trophies in 2 full seasons. 7 trophies in 2.5 seasons. The legacy is unbelievable. But we still have to do the main one, the Champions League, which is going to be our main focus next season. We're not going to show you a lot of games. We're going to just show you the Champions League. And I guess we will do that, like I say, with the first game or so of the Champions League. We'll probably just do 1 game and do a big catch up on all of the on all of the summer window stuff, because like I say, I don't think we're going to do too much, but I guess we'll only know once we're out the back of it. So that's going to do it for now. We will be in the Champions League. We have won another cup. Brilliant stuff. Financially, we are in a bit of a mess, so we may have to sell some players, which I hope the board don't force on me. We've got some sponsorship coming in, which should clear most of this. But usually we're in a nice, healthy positive after that. So we are spending money. But yeah, a much closer run Premier League this season. 88 points was needed, which I don't think has been what's needed the last few seasons. If you look back, 79 points, 80, 84, 83, 87. Not since Arsenal won it in 26-27, so 10 years ago, has that many points been needed to win the league. So if we can repeat this, 113 scored. We are so good at going forward. Everyone, you know what? There was question marks over the system. It's an unbelievable tactic. You just have to get the best players in. That's going to do it for now. Like I say, we'll come back for next season. We'll play our first Champions League games. We're going to do all the summer transfer stuff off camera because I don't think there's a lot to do. Just to go over it very, very quickly, if there's any players that are going to leave, it's probably going to be maybe Shea Charles. There's a lot of interest in our players, but we really have no reason to sell them. So I think this is probably what the team's going to be. I'm thinking we maybe start Richter just because he's a leading player already. A 6'1". I think he's is he bigger than Pearson? No, Pearson's 6'4". I mean, Pearson's still got lots of potential. You know what? We're just going to stick with what works. We're going to put Pearson back in. I think he's also left-footed, Pearson. Isn't he? No, he's right-footed, so I guess it makes no difference. Pearson or Richter, I guess we haven't really decided. He's been pretty good, Richter. He's been pretty good. But most of them have been out wide. Don't really know. I guess we'll do this, something like this to start with. And then just kind of adjust it from there. But I don't think we need to change too much. The only player we've brought in who's joined us in the summer is this guy, because Demolier's leaving. So Demolier's going to Dortmund. Astralager's going to join us on a free. He's just going to be a backup goalkeeper. And then the only other player leaving us is Mora for 40 million to Arsenal. So those two deals will go through. The other one will come in. And that's pretty much all we've got planned. So very much going to be very straightforward, I think, as a window. So that's going to do it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman. And I'll see you all for more very soon.